Hey y'all, APT Jamie here, and today we're gonna make a envelope journal. So as you saw, I had those little envelopes smeared around, and I've got some scrapbook paper. Also, there's a list of ingredients in the description box below for your convenience if you should be curious as to what items I used. So here with the ruler, I'm folding over and making sort of a little extra space on the edge of that envelope flap, because that's actually going to be our binding piece, sorta. It wraps around for the spine is actually what I should say, because each envelope is its own binding piece. Now I fiddle around a lot with this, okay? So just saying, be expecting that, as sometimes I am easily, confused. Yes, as if anyone's surprised by that. I thought I'd be handy and pull back the release paper off the double-sided tape, because I see people do that because it makes it easier to line up when it doesn't stick. Well, it doesn't work so well for me because obviously I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm really happy with the way this journal came out, and I made it for a person, special person that I was meeting. She's from Colorado. I'm not going to Colorado. I've been there. Well, we drove over the border so I could say I've been there, but you know how that kind of goes sometimes. All right. So anyway, we're applying double-sided tape to the glue part of the envelope, the part that you normally lick. I don't recommend licking it. I also don't recommend necessarily putting glue on it. You can, but because the envelope is a paste, and glue and paste are not friends. They make snotty boogers. All right, go ahead, try it. Anyway, so you can see how I'm sticking them in. If you go to try this, make you a sample, keep it handy so that you can refer back to it. Now you can actually, put your envelope opening on either side, depending on how you decide which is the front and which is the back once you get it all assembled. You can do several envelopes this way. I don't know that I would do much over 10, because then that flap that folds over and acts like a spine can kind of get into a little bind. And you know what? You could probably do this with pretty much any kind of envelope, if you want to be fancy, that has, I guess all envelopes have a flap, don't they? Bless my heart, y'all. Bless my heart. Yeah, because that would be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? We may have to try one of those, brown colored ones. What are they, like 5 by 9? Oh, that's a ridiculous size. You know the ones I'm talking about? It's got the little twine thing on there. So just keep doing that until I get as many as I want. I don't remember how many I used, 5 or 6, maybe 7, 5 or 6. So, and yes, I could have used glue, but like I said, glue and paste kind of make this snotty boogery stuff. It still sticks, okay? But I wanted to use the double-sided tape. Now this is my last one, and I kind of got it in there backwards, but it still works, okay? Because you technically should be able to tuck that into the first envelope there and have the spine, but that's okay, it still works. And I'm just going to tape that up. I'm going to put a strip right there on the spine edge of the double-sided tape, and pull the release paper off and then stick it down, and that's going to be my spine. I will be reinforcing this spine a little bit later, because we're going to put a cover on this one, as opposed to just leaving it with envelopes, which you can. And I'm going to decorate it just a little bit. I know I don't normally do that. I'm not embellishing it, okay? No, No really embellishments. Just gonna put some designer scrapbook paper in there, and I happen to know which scrapbook pad this came out of, so that's in the list of ingredients below in case you're curious. And as y'all could saw, I used a corner rounder on my scrapbook pages there that I'm going to be using. Now, in hindsight, I could have put my thumb notch in these before I double-sided taped them down. Now, on this part, if you're using a paper that has a up and down kind of thing to it, you're going to want to pay attention to that, which I'm trying to. And I know both my long ends or short ends, both my top and bottom pieces are going to have the tape, and then the edge that goes against the full width of the envelope will have tape. And I have to leave that little V group, which is why I put the double-sided tape on that B part. Okay, and I'm coming about halfway on the scrapbook paper and just filling that in. Now you can of course use glue, but let me tell you why I didn't use a wet glue, because the envelope paper is thin. Okay, the scrapbook paper I'm using is scrapbook paper and not scrapbook cardstock, therefore it is thin also. As you may be able to tell, it's kind of flippy there, and if you get that wet, when you get any paper wet, it's going to get kind of wobbly and warpy and stuff like that, and I didn't want to have to deal with that, hence the reason I'm using the double-sided tape. Okay, and I'm inking around the edges. Pretty much after I show this part, I did an assembly line thing where I just rounded all the corners, inked all the edges, and did that kind of thing. But I'm just basically showing y'all the bare essentials. Let's see, how long did it take me in real time? Because it's not real time, y'all. This is, it'll speed it up. I don't know how long it took me to make this. Maybe hour and a half, maybe, not including overnight drying time, which we will get to momentarily. And I have this video whittled down, which I'm sure y'all have already paid attention to like what, 23 minutes? Not quite, but close enough. We'll call it 23 minutes, y'all. So I just keep moving along. I think this is the last page, and it does not, the last page is the back cover fly sheet, sort of. It does not have an envelope on it. The envelope, or the opening pocket, is on the other side, as you can see by hint of the type paper I put on there. Okay, so just releasing all that release paper. This stuff, it can kind of get away from you. It's slickery. Slickery. That is a real word. Well, I must have been telling y'all a story when I said I assembly lined it and rounded all the edges and inked it all, because obviously by looking at this, that's not what I did. That's what I did in my head. That's what I wanted to do, but that's not what I did in real life. So there we go. Oh, sometimes I tell you what, I don't know what to think about me. I just really can't offer y'all any insight on that, what I think and junk. And I'm doing this, voiceover in ahead of the time of my first live show. Cross fingers it went well. Oh, I saw on the weather report it was supposed to rain, so I might not have internet. So now maybe I didn't go live, so I don't know. We know by now, though, don't we? Were you there? Was I there? So we've moved along to the cover finally, and this is just a painty piece of white cardstock. It had I had leftover paints, and I tend to smear it around on something because I don't want to waste it. And I'm cutting it down to what I think, hence the word think, is the appropriate size for a cover of this, because I just want to make just a little bit of a stiffer cover. This is essentially a little journal, envelope journal that you can carry around in your purse if you should carry a purse. I'm going to be crossing my fingers as if it's going to be right. And I'm kind of trying it on, and I'm like, well, it's kind of right. I need to trim up the edges just a little bit. And in the long run, I wish I'd have left it just a little bit longer, like maybe 1/4 of an inch longer. And I trim this off, and then I round the corners. Well, I don't know why I'm telling you in advance. You're going to see it, right? Y'all are going to see this? You're going to watch it? Are you still with me here? Okay, then. Okay. So now I'm going to round the edges. Pretty sure that's what I do at this stage. Let's see. Now I'm just going to play with it and decide, do I want a front and a back? Okay, here we go. Rounding the edges. Inking the edges. I'm so happy, y'all. I actually thought to ink these edges because y'all know that's pretty hit and miss thing with me. I know it's the proper and approved thing to do, but inking edges is kind of hit and miss. Yeah, I know I said that. I could say it 500 more times and turn it into a drinking game. If y'all should happen to drink. I don't drink, but you know, it could happen. Some parts seem slow, don't they? I so much appreciate each and every one of y'all, your valuable time, your kind comments, your likes, your shares. You do share me with your friends, don't you? My videos. Y'all talk kindly about me out there on the internet. So it wasn't quite right. So I'm going to trim off just a little bit more. I'm going to have to re-round those corners and re-ink. Yeah. Because I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, y'all, on a wing and prayer. My Prayerful Place, an envelope journal by APG Jamie. So, we're just going to do that again. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I've got y'all see that white strip laying there? That's a little tiny piece of Tyvek. I'm going to use that as my spine and connect my front and back covers to that. And then I will glue the front and back covers to the front and back of the envelope journal. But I'm not going to put glue on the inside of the Tyvek where it touches the spine of the envelopes, okay? Because I want that to allow that some movement. This is like a reinforcement because the envelopes are made out of thin paper and they might wear out over time with opening and closing, because my intention is for this to be a prayer journal, but the person that gets it can use it for whatever they want to, okay? In my opinion, when we pray for people, I know this has nothing to do with religion, it's just my spiritual beliefs, okay? Because I'm not religious. When we pray for people, we don't really know how to pray. We don't really know what's the best for them. If you think about it, that's us trying to direct Father God in how he should help somebody. And we may not be right, because only he knows what's truly best. All right. So when I pray for people, I just pray for their highest and best, and you know what I would like the outcome to be. But you know, I put that right back in God's hands because God knows. And I'm just going black paint, acrylic. Oh, that's gesso. Black gesso around the edges in case any of it sticks out, and it does. So anyway, in this type of prayer journal. What I do with mine is when I'm praying for people, I write their name in there, and then I pray over the whole journal, and that way I'm getting everybody prayed for, because I might not remember I told you I was going to pray for you, but God knows, and I don't have to tell God what I'm praying about because God knows. Okay, enough of that. So now I'm putting my favorite glue. Things fine. Well, I'm not quite in your bottle yet, but we'll get there. My favorite glue on either the front or the back inside, and I am avoiding the Tyvek there. I get pretty close to it, but I don't want to actually glue the Tyvek on the inside. And I want to make sure I got nice and juicy edges there. Okay, that's what I'm doing, just brushing that out. And oh, I'm getting text messages. Anyway, so now we're going to smush that over on the other side of our envelope journal. Text message. Now this is where I let it dry overnight, because the day I did this on, it was I wouldn't say it was dry. It wasn't wet, but it wasn't dry outside. And I laid some parchment paper over it, and then I put some heavy books on top of it and let it dry overnight, because it was time to cook dinners. Now this is some cardstock, white cardstock that I printed. You could say I designed it. It's based on notebook paper. I did not scan it. I put the lines on there myself, and I put the, you know, whatever color lines I wanted on there. And now I'm cutting it down to size, because these are going to be like little tag inserts. It goes in the little envelope pockets for people to write on, for my person to write on. Like I said, they can give this away to somebody else if they want to, because I don't know what they're going to want to do with it. It is double-sided. I think y'all saw that. Oh, I'm showing you there's a mark on the side of this oval thing, so you know where half is. So I'm just going to put the little thumb notch in there, and it's just a little over thumb thing. This list of ingredients in the description box below this video. Musical interlude. It's just a musical interlude for you, for me. Musical interlude. I felt it was time for that. Okay. So I would recommend doing the thumb notch first, and then that way you know what side you're putting your double-sided tape on, and you can also ink that little thumb notch. Now that's my embossing pillow, anti-static pillow that I made myself. It's got cornstarch in it, and it's made from old t-shirt, a couple layers. And I've got a stamp there that I put embossing ink on. And we're using some fern green embossing powder, because I wanted it to be sort of pretty on the front, but not stand out and stare and look at me. Not be, you know. And the person I give it to can bling it up some more if they want, because I believe that they can embellish things the way they want to. Okay? That's just me. I'm just, the embossing, the anti-static pillow there worked really well, but somehow or another I smooshed the stamp a little bit and got a little smooshed out, so I fixed it. It's okay. Here done, y'all. Y'all thought I was gonna forget that, didn't you? Can you see the magic? I can't tell on my little tiny editing screen. Magic. Embossing powder is magic. Little tiny plastic crystals that melt when you heat them up. Heat them up, baby. So I'm just going to do that around, sort of in the corners, but not really in the corners, just sort of. And, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Here you go, some more. Just saying. Here you go. Oh, you guys. Y'all. Not you guys. You guys is a northern thing. Y'all is my thing. I think I sped up just a little bit. We're just going to cut it out in just a minute. Now I've got some words, because I want to put some words on the front. You know, y'all saw the thumbnail. It's my Prayerful Place. So I took some black cardstock and put double-sided tape on the back of it before I punched it out, or die cut it out, I should say. And I'm going to pull the release paper off, and I'm going to start to line it up, but I'm not pressing all the way. It may look like I'm pressing all the way, but I'm just barely pressing, because I want it to sort of semi-stick. Now once I get it lined out to where I want it, you know, and it's semi-stuck and I've rearranged it or whatever, then I go over it with the end of my pokey tool there, because it's smooth on the other end of the poke part. And I smoosh it down really well with that. Okay, so that it gets nice and sticked down. At first I thought I would emboss over these the letters too, but then I thought, no, I like how they're standing out like this all on their own. I I know. My friend's not going to be able to use this for much else other than a prayer journal, but she didn't have to put other people's names in it. She can put whatever she wants in there. She can put her dreams and her goals and, stuff like that. Whatever makes her happy, because it's a her. Not going to say who. It's a surprise. Well, she'll already have it by the time this is out, but anywho, that's the way it goes. Will she have it by the time this goes? Yeah, she'll have it. Y'all, my computer screen, my laptop screen's going out, and they told me when I turn it in to have it fixed, they're going to have it 2-3 months. That's a long time. So I need to try to get some stuff done. I'm going over the front and back cover with matte medium because I want it to be nice and sealed up. And I do 2 coats front and back, and I am avoiding the Tyvek. Okay? Just saying. So here we are, a little flip through. That's a little ink pen holder doohickey thing there I made. I do not have a video of that. And some of the pockets have 2 cards in them and some have 1, and that's just because that's how it worked out with the number of pages I printed. Okay? Because there's no rhyme or reason to me sometimes. I am really happy with this. Really pretty, y'all. Makes me stinking happy. And that's how it goes on, and that's how the pen goes in there, and then we got a photo montage any second now. Ta-da! It makes me happy. I hope it makes her happy too. And if she can't use it, I hope she knows somebody who can. Just saying, because yeah, it's possible. And once again, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all, your valuable time, because your time is valuable. And you just keep me going. You keep me encouraged and keep me going, because making YouTube videos is still fun for me, and I'll do it as long as it's fun for me. And y'all enjoy it too. Thanks so much for watching, and happy arting, y'all.